Oh my goodness. Oh. These are my propagation boxes, and today I'm getting them organized. Hello, my name is Balisa. Welcome to Plants and Things, where I talk about plants and things. So I've really been wanting to organize my propagation boxes, and the main reason is because I've started selling plants in here like directly, and I struggle to find the plants in here. So it's honestly a long story that I'll get into, but I do have 3 boxes, and then the plants inside are pretty similar, but I will show you guys. I've since I discovered that I have a problem, marked all the boxes. So this is box A, so I've marked them, and then they'll have numbers, so then I'll give them numbers, and then I'll at least know the location of where the plant is, because right now I have to dig through all the boxes, and each box can hold 24 plants, and try to find the particular plant that was listed. So I am trying to get organized mainly because of that, but there are also a lot of overgrown plants that need to be cut, which I'm excited to do. Some of these planters, would they still be called planters if they're tiny, teeny tiny? Again, I'll show them to you. I don't know whether they'll be called planters, but anyway, some of the plants in here are dead. So that story also just needs to be concluded. And I'm pretty excited to do this, been excited to do this. And I am honestly so obsessive. I'm so obsessive. So God was like probably teaching me patience, because once I get an idea in my head, I'm like, that's all I think about. So we're finally here, and it's so exciting. I feel like I should explain what propagation boxes are for people who perhaps don't know what propagations are. And they basically are just mini greenhouses, and you can just make it with a green, why am I saying green? With a clear plastic container, and the plants live inside, and it creates a really humid environment. So you basically do not have to take care of the plants. This one's probably too watery. Most of them are probably too watery, but yeah, I will get into that. Another thing is, when I started propagation boxes, I was following somebody who was using sphagnum moss. So I started with sphagnum moss. In fact, my first propagation box, I just chucked in a lot of sphagnum moss and some propagations, and that is not a good idea, guys. That is not a good idea, because then I had to detangle the different plant roots from each other. So I do not recommend that. Now I have since moved to individual, I don't know whether I'd call them planters, but these individual situations, and I made a hole at the bottom, and this is basically what I sell the plant. This is what I sell the plants in. So let me show you. Okay, this is a plant that I've been wanting to cut, because I love cutting plants, and I'm like, it's time to cut this plant. So while I have, because you guys probably know that I have failed at growing this plant outside, it grows really well in a humid environment. So I totally recommend, but this is a beautiful plant. Such a beautiful plant, but so high maintenance. So anyway, this is a good specimen, but it is in sphagnum moss. So when I sell a plant, then I have to put it in soil. So that's also one of the things that I want to solve. I want to move all the plants to soil. I'm going to cut up some of the big ones and show you guys what's living in here. So first up, I guess, is this Splash, Scindapsus pictus slash. I will have the name. So this is one that I am going to cut up. And then I have my Pothos Enjoys. And these plants are really, this plant is really cute. It's really cute. I did it dirty that one time, but I'm glad we're getting reacquainted. So I do have a couple, or a whole lot of Enjoy Pothos. Pothos, yes. So usually I will cut up a plant and put like the propagations in the prop box, because it is so much less work. Like you wouldn't need to open this. I don't open it. Okay, I open it all the time because I'm nosy, but you wouldn't need to open it for weeks on end. So it's really great for keeping propagations, I think. And also the fact that I'm selling the propagations from the boxes now is making things so much easier. I also do put plants that are like in need of extra care in here because I'm not giving them that care. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, I need to get my potting mat. Is it called a potting mat? I need to get that mat because things feel like they're going to get dirty. And I'm going to put the 2 prop boxes down, and then we'll just focus on propagation box A. I should say that I love organizing things, and so I'm excited. Can you tell? So I'm going to put these 2 boxes down, and I'm going to get the mat. So I do have my mat, and I also think I do have to get soil. But yeah, let's see what plants are living in this propagation box. Yeah, it is pretty similar. Anyway, first, I don't know, why was I getting this mat? Because there's going to be a soil portion, I think. Yes. Okay. So this is another, I'm so distracted. Okay. I'm just going to finish this. Not be distracted. Speaking of plants actually that need extra care, this is a plant that is just struggling, and it's one of the plants that are going into the propagation box. I am going to repot it and put it into one of the dead planter thingies. Possibly make it 2 plants, but it's not doing great. Yeah, it's really not doing great. Yeah, so this was a what? Was this also a splash? Just has the stick now. I think it also was a splash, but there is nothing inside now. So yes, that's done. That's dead. I will throw the soil away because there's really no need to reuse it. This is a baby. I almost said Barbie. This is a baby marble queen, pothos, which is really pretty. And then, okay, so this plant is growing into other plants, because look at those roots. So this plant has been growing. This is also another plant that I want to chop because I really love growing these plants in the propagation boxes, not outside in real life. And people like these plants. And I think some people are really good with these plants. Again, this is a me thing because if you keep the watering, I think the times when I've thrived with this plant, if you keep the watering consistent, and I think it does like to be moist but not perpetually wet, and it doesn't want to get dry, and it doesn't want like an up and down watering situation. So I think if you do that, this plant will keep well, which I guess is what the propagation boxes do, is that they keep conditions the same. So this girly is going to get chopped. Probably should have a chopping stack. Okay. And then this is another neon pothos, and I don't know whether you can see the roots there. It's looking good, and this one's in soil, so I actually should also have a sphagnum section. This is in sphagnum, so this needs to be repotted. This is also in sphagnum. Wow. This is in soil, but the soil should be topped up. And this neon pothos is also in sphagnum. Honestly, I'm no longer a fan of sphagnum moss. I don't know that I was a fan of it, but let's say I was. Because of the algae and how green it becomes. But yeah, I think that's maybe a propagation box thing because the soil also has tinges of green. But anyway, that's that on that. And then, this is so tiny. These are some baby marble queen pothos. I'll do a close-up so you can see because it's really, really cute. Yeah, these are really, really cute. So these are in soil. Yeah, I've gotten to a point where I am propagating things in soil. This environment is moist enough to do that. Whereas if I am growing things in soil outside the propagation box, then I have to be on top of the watering because you cannot let like propagations dry. But yeah, so this is another Enjoy pothos, just checking the root system, whose roots seem meh. So yeah, and then this seems like an empty, yep, this is a dead, whatever was in here. What was in here? Okay, I didn't write. When I first moved from having just sphagnum moss at the bottom and putting it into these cups that I buy and then make little holes in, I did name them. So some have splash on them, even though they don't have splashes in them anymore. So that was from that first era. And then this is, yeah, a Pictus pothos. Pothos pictus. Yeah, this one's already in soil, so that's great. This is empty soil again. This is empty soil again. Okay, that's another empty soil situation that needs to be cleaned. This is another Pothos pictures. When I tell you that I love seeing these in my prop boxes, I'm not lying. It's also in soil. This has an extremely long root. And this is a silver splash, actually. Huh, this is a silver splash. I don't know. I think this leaf was on the, ooh, it looks brown and a wee bit burnt. Okay, this is kind of chop heavy, so I kind of want to cut it. I'll put it in the corner and decide. This is in sphagnum moss and it's a Pictus pothos or a silver splash. I think it's more a silver splash if you look at the leaves. This is more empty soil, I think. Yeah, this was empty soil. I don't know what was in there. And this has something in it. I'll do a close-up. It's true of both of these. It's just nodes. I think it's nodes of, I think this is a Pothos Enjoy node, and I think this is a splash node. But I will do close-ups because you will not be able to see that. And that's basically the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Okay, so there were 24 were dead, but they were in there. I'm gonna go wash this because, yeah, it's not looking great. So I'm gonna go wash that. So we're starting all things clean. I have also decided to add some soil because that is going to be necessary. But this is a teeny tiny desk. So I think I'm simply going to return the ones that don't need work. Yeah. And feel accomplished already. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that takes that out. And then I don't know why I didn't put these cats out. I'm just going to top them off with soil, honestly. And I think I need a smaller thing, but oh well, we're here. So I'm just going to top these nodes with soil and hope that that is helpful. Okay. Let me just put this here. So I actually need to wash these things as well, but I'm gonna start by chucking out the sphagnum moss. And sometimes it's really, really difficult to detangle the roots from the sphagnum moss. But this was not one of those times. This was not one of those times. I feel like I should clean this. But I'm not gonna. Am I not gonna? No, I'm not gonna. Am I not gonna? No, I'm not gonna. Okay. Ugh. And then put soil in. Ooh. I like the look of this with the soil. Yeah. I will water all of these when I'm done. So, yeah, I will do that at the end right now. I just want to play with the plants. Especially the cutting. I'm so excited to get to that. Okay, this one's also done. I don't know why I kept it out. This one usually has extensive roots that needs, oh my goodness. I think that one needs to be washed because it has a lot of algae on it. And I should not be lazy and I should wash it. So I think I should just remove all of the, yeah, this one usually does have an extensive root system. I might talk about one thing and then the next thing. I really hope that was not a root. But anyway, that is that, and it's super cute. And then there are these that have 3 in them. So I think I might move one. I think I might move one over so that this guy has, so that this pot has 2. Enjoy. Maybe. Okay. That one's super tiny. Or maybe I'll have 2 super tiny ones. I don't know. I don't know. Or a big one and a tiny one. That is, yeah. Anyway, last week, because I was supposed to obviously do this last week, again, with the obviously, I was supposed to record this video last week and I was so excited to do so. And then as I was packing plant mail for plants that I sold, I cut my mic. I cut the wire of the microphone that was under the other box, and I still am like, why aren't you careful? Why weren't you careful? Ooh, there's a teenier one. So yeah, I had to chastise myself, but then also say, you know what, it was an accident. But even, yeah, like, I guess we live, I don't know, like, I guess, am I using my words? I'm not using my words. I think I struggle to find the balance between not being too hard on yourself and appropriately calling yourself out for doing something that you shouldn't have done. Because I feel like I should have known better than to cut on a surface with other things and then cut a microphone and then have to replace said microphone. But I did all of that. So yeah, so anyway, but what's done is done, and that's why I didn't record last week. So again, I'm gonna wash these actually, because otherwise they will bother me. But I think before I wash them, I actually should also take the sphagnum moss out of this guy. Oh my goodness, look at those roots. Okay, the sphagnum moss is not going to come out easily here. I can tell already. This is an extensive root system. This is an extensive root system. Honestly, I'm tempted to take this plant out again into real life and attempt to take care of it again. But I don't think that will be, I don't know that will be a good thing to do. I don't know that things will end well for the plant or me. So I think it's best to keep it in the propagation box, because I have said it is thirsty. Okay, that is the best I can do in terms of taking the sphagnum moss off. I mean, sphagnum moss is also not bad for your plant. It's not gonna, you can root sphagnum moss and like in soil, so it's not bad for your plant. I've decided to suddenly start cutting because I love cutting. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay. I'm doing it. Let's put all of the propagations or node cuttings to the side. Okay. Then there's this random. Okay, it's not random because I was like, there's no node there, but it is actually a node. So I thought it was a random root with no node, but that was not true. Wow. Okay, there are still more roots. I think I will put these tiny ones together. I don't know where the top is now. Was there ever a top? I'm joking. There's that. Okay, and there's a big one. I definitely do not have enough planter thingies for the thing that I am trying to do for cutting all of these nodes up, but here we are and we are happily cutting. So I hope the girl has a plan. Those are all the nodes, methinks. Okay, those were not all the nodes. Okay, yeah, this is the top cutting, and that leaf was really becoming smaller. Okay, I'm gonna cut that as well. And then there's this guy. That was helpful. Gravity helped me there. So I'm gonna attempt to take the sphagnum out of this as well, and even the higher level roots. So you see the fact that these have such long roots and they were basically in the air in the propagation box shows how, what is the word, how humid and a great rooting environment the propagation boxes are, which is why I'm comfortable putting them in soil. And then again, this is it's so tiny. Okay, I'm just gonna cut them into this section. Boop. Ooh, this is fun. Do you enjoy propagating? Okay, it's a bit tricky to see now. Huh. Down here is very much closer to each other than at the top was. Okay, so that's one. Okay, this only has one root, so I'm gonna put these two together, and then these I will separate. So that's that. Here, I think I'm going to cut the top off and then leave that rooted part to continue growing forth and growing something else. And then I'm gonna cut this up. Ooh, I don't know that that's possible. Okay, I'm gonna try cut between these two. Okay, so I'll have this top cutting and then these two. These two. So, okay, so I definitely have a lot more plants than I'm gonna have planters because I have kind of run out of planters. And I'm also, because these came with lids, which I don't like because I throw the lids away. So I'm trying to find cups on their own that I can plant things in. So I'm still shopping around and that's why I'm most likely gonna run out of things today, but that's the story for when I run out. I'm gonna wash these quickly. So I basically only have one planter left, which is such a great thing because I bought these on a whim and I don't think I liked them. But I also brought this jar to actually put the rest of the propagations. that end up having no home. These all are written splash. I had a lot of splash propagations, honestly. So yeah, I will start with the Enjoy Pothos because those are fully rooted and actually kind of being sold already, not kind of, they being sold. And this is why these things are being moved to soil, because then I don't have to put them in soil every time I sell a plant, because that's kind of the thing that I have to do. And then I feel so stressed when I have to send out a plant. But I also was actually thinking about it, that I've been selling a lot of plants. I've been selling plants. And I've sold more plants than I ever thought possible. Yes. At a time, I just was not being, like, people weren't buying plants. And then now I'm selling so many plants and it's really great. I also think I have been putting the plants more out there, but honestly, it's God that I'm selling all these plants. And I think it is overwhelming to sell plants or sell products to people, because then you like, you want to send, I want to send people good products. And so that kind of stresses me out, especially this part of having to then take it out of the sphagnum and put it. So it was a stressful thing. But yes, I have been enjoying it for the most part. But I also had to call myself out when I found myself, I guess, complaining about, it's so difficult, whatever. And I'm like, we ask things of God and then he gives them to us. And then we're like, it's like such a complainy, grumbling thing. So I did have to call myself out on that. And I think that is an appropriate thing for me to call myself out of, I guess, because it was not, it's bad to grumble. So that is that. And then I have all of these to pot in. This has to be chucked out, honestly. And usually these are 1-1. So I don't know whether I should actually make them 2, because there's so many of you guys. Okay, I'm gonna, don't know. Okay, I'm gonna make them 2 per pot, because I do have a lot of these. But I do also enjoy having a lot of these, because I love seeing them grow in the propagation box, not outside. So I think 2 is a good number. There. Don't know whether I showed the other ones. Did I? I'll show the whole box when I'm done with it. This is the splash, and this is a rogue Pictus Pothos. So I think I'm going to put the splash on its own. Mostly because I think I only have one splash. I only have one splash. So actually, it can only go on its own. This is fun. It's as fun as I thought it would be. But I guess also our attitude about things influences things. Tell me what you're enjoying potting up these days. Actually, that's the splash. And are you propagating? Because I think I have mentioned this before, that I am propagating generally in life way less than I was before. I feel like I was at a point at which I was just propagating like mad. Like I was just, anytime I saw a plant having a good time, I was there with my scissors ready to chop it up. And now I want my plants to grow and be big, and I am enjoying them growing in the places where they are. and becoming bigger. So yeah, it's a different phase of plant care, I would say. Yeah, and this is this guy who looks very, very wonky. Yeah. Huh. Okay, we have 4 more boxes. Planter thingies. I really like this one. Okay, I think I must take the bigger ones and try, yeah, the ones that will actually fit in here, because I'm just seeing that these smaller propagations, what's going on here? Okay, I think this cat has to be, okay, I'll put in, yeah, these smaller ones I don't think will sit well in that situation, so I will have to, I'll pot these up with this random node. Yeah, because they won't, and I hate it when plants, when you try to put them in a jar and they don't stand properly and they keep falling over. So let me spare myself some petty annoyances, because it is a petty annoyance. It is, as probably a lot of annoyances might be, are. Yeah, anyway, tell me what your petty annoyances are. Ooh, this looks so cute. That looks cute. That is surprisingly one of my favorites. Okay. I have 3 more thingies, so that can go in there. This definitely has to go by itself. Okay, it'll go with this small guy. And this small one will go in with this one, and you will go into the jar. Then I will pot these jar ones once I get new planters. Yeah. But I also like growing things in jars. One of these days, I keep saying it, I will do a tour of me home. And one of the things that I definitely have there is plants in jars. I love them. I love them. Okay, so then I have these two. Okay, everyone else is 2 by 2. So I think these guys have to go into the jar. Okay, and there's a bouquet that is dirty with soil. That is very dirty with soil. But yeah, that is, I like that. And then these others can simply be planted. Okay, now they're more that I put there and thought I was coming back to and didn't. Okay, I'll put these here to the side, and then hopefully there'll be other dead plants. That's such a terrible thing to say. But then I can take those. I can commandeer those planters and, yeah, use them for the plants. I'm pretty sure that there are some dead ones in there as well. Actually, if I am being honest. Okay. There is that one. And then this one with a lot of roots. Wow, that is lots of roots. Okay. There. Ooh. I'm so glad I cut these up. Oh my goodness. 'Cause, yeah. And actually, I sold plants today. Yeah, that are in sphagnum moss that also need to be repotted. And so that is a thing that I will do. But I think that will probably be a different video. Yeah. Okay, this is almost, that one's cute too, but it'll grow in. They'll all grow in because they'll have a chance to grow in. And let's put them in the box, and then I will, it's not as gorgeous as when the plants have grown in, because then it looks like this lush, gorgeous garden. But I still honestly like it. I'll still probably be looking into this box too often, considering how slow plants grow in the winter. But I have said this before. I love bothering my plants. Do they enjoy being bothered? Possibly, probably not. But I enjoy bothering them. Okay, this is going to be a pretty full situation. So like I said, this can hold 24 of these guys. So that's also another thing, that when I'm looking for new planters to replace this planter, I need to find ones that are like small enough. So these are 6 centimeters. So even the 7.5 planter, which is the next one, I think would be too big to do this with. So yeah. Okay, that has 22 plants in it. Let me show you real quick. These are the plants in the propagation box, and that's how they sit. Yeah. On to box B. Don't know what to do with that. I think this box has more exciting things, plants, obviously. More exciting. I think the plants in the previous one, there was a lot more propagating and stuff, and I think this one has a lot more going on. Firstly though, this, yeah, whatever's this is rotten, so that's done. There is a mottled syngonium. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Sorry, I was looking at there's a mottled syngonium. It is in sphagnum and does need to be changed. Another sphagnum situation that is dead. Okay. I think this is more. Yep. More dead stuff. I also think this might have been too wet. There's a baby Enjoy Perthos. It's very cute. And I recently I did an unboxing where I unboxed this plant that doesn't look like anything now. This is my, what is this plant called? Fried egg variegated. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. This definitely should have been one of the plants on that list of plants that were chanxing me. Maybe I'm still feeling sorry for it, but today I just realized that, you know what? Only thing, it's like opposite experiences with the normal fried egg and this one, and it needs to get it together. So like I said, plants that are ICU, I generally put in there. I do think maybe I want to down pot this into a smaller pot. Maybe that'll be helpful, but I also definitely need to, because you can see that there's just too much water in this box. It's not supposed to be that much water, but I figured since I was going to clean it in the future, just clean everything then and throw out water. But yeah, this guy, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And then there's this Enjoy Perthos. Those are favorites. And then these guys. This is Syngonium artem. There are 3 propagations in here. So, a fave. Yeah, I find them so cute. I find them really so cute, these small ones. Yeah, a pleasant surprise, because I really just cut up this plant because it fell. I came back from holiday and it had fallen over, and I just decided to cut it, and it was a lot of nodes, and I chucked them in my propagation box. And this is what we're getting. I don't know why I put them in Syngonium though, because I feel like by this point I was already over Syngonium. Syngonium over sphagnum moss. And then this is my other struggling plant. I think it's a tricolor. I think it's a Syngonium tricolor or Syngonium pink. So it is growing in here. I want to move it out of the propagation box, but I'm also scared of killing it, because when I got this plant, I think I had 2 nodes, and then I cut it and the top cutting died because it just dried out. You know what? The more I talk on this channel, the more I wonder at my saying I am a person who overwaters plants, because I'm like, there are so many stories of plants drying out, and I'm like, is that true of me anymore? Maybe when I was still like first into plants, I was so zealous and into it, but now I'm like, I love the plants that I have. Honestly, I love them. I'm so also grateful to God that I've sold so many plants, such that, yeah, like my collection has decreased quite a bit, and I feel more on top of things, and like I don't have too many plants anymore. Obviously, for some people it might be too many plants, but for me and my capacity, I think I'm at that level where I'm like, yes, I have a good number of plants. Yeah. Anyway, in conclusion, I would like to take this plant out and let it grow on the outside, but I am scared, and I do not want this plant to die, because it is a rare Syngonium that is difficult to find, but the pink is really not coming in, so I would like to take it out. So today might be the day. Oof, yeah, I'm not sure. Some more Enjoy Pothos, and then a mottled Syngonium. I think this one should. Okay, there was one with 2, so I think I would like to have more than one, because I have a lot. I enjoy cutting up my mottled Syngonium. And then this has a long, long root and is rooted in sphagnum, and I think all I'm going to do is put that in soil, but I'm not going to cut anything there because there is nothing to cut. And then we have some Oritum, and I clearly was running out of sphagnum, and I still forced the situation because this, like, the substrate is up to here. I was like, I'm planting this plant today, and it's happening, and it happened. And yeah, there are 2 of them in here, and they're rooting, and there's one. And then there's something. It's a lot of wood and nothing. So whatever died in there. Or I think actually, I think I'm lying. I think this is the plant that was in there and has started growing in somebody else's pot. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay, now just everything. The whole thing has unraveled. So I have some, this is a neon pothos. I think this is a neon pothos or a lemon lime pothos. Something that is neon, but not the neon philodendron. Okay, so that needs to be potted. There's a lot going on in this mat. And then this one, I think this was, I decided to cut this cat up. Because it really is growing into all the other plants and rooting in them, which is it's not great for when you have to take the plant out to take pictures to sell it, or to actually sell it and like pack it up. So the plants do have to be separate, so I'll put that one there. And then the last dinky plant is this neon pothos. Now I'm convinced this is neon pothos, and I think these both are I think this might be a lemon lime though. I think this one might be a lemon lime, and this one is a neon pothos. And I wish past me would write the names, but the problem with writing the names is if the plant dies, then you can't change the name on this thing. Plus, I do want to put numbers on the things. Then at least it'll be like box A, plant number 1 or whatever. Then I can find said plants after I've sold them, which will make things so much easier. Plus, I really, really love organizing things. So it'll also be fun for me to do that. But this is in soil. So this plant is fine and seems to be the only plant that is in soil. Okay, this one's also in soil. And this one, but this one I did say that I want a down pot. So yeah, and I'm going to cut up that guy, and I still do have these propagations, so I'll add whatever needs to be added, and I have those random ones over there. So I will first need to wash these guys and also throw out water and clean this bin. Yeah, and then I'll come back to cutting, which is my favorite. As I was washing this, I realized that I actually have to wash all the things that these are in. So then I did that, and I cleared a bit this mess. And I actually should have also put these, because this is the box. Okay, I'm going to put these in the box, and then, yeah, start putting things back. Okay, I'm going to move that. Before I do the cutting, let me put, yeah, there's more sphagnum moss to clear. So I did throw away the sphagnum moss because I honestly am over sphagnum moss. Personally, and honestly, when you take things out of sphagnum moss, has to be kept wet longer. Is that a actual true thing? It has to. I think it doesn't retain moisture for longer. That's what I want to say. So I found it to be a whole lot more work to keep plants moist outside of a propagation box. So that's why the transition's a lot. And yeah, especially since I'm moving merch. I'm moving plant. That was dramatic. But yeah, so all my plants are going into soil, and that is very exciting for me. So that is a splash written mottled going on it. Yeah, so that can go in. And then next are these Syngonium auritums. This was really wet. This was really, really, really wet. And these are the auritums that didn't even have a lot of sphagnum on them. So hopefully they'll root really, really well now that they are being moved somewhere else. Yeah. I really like this leaf shape. I honestly really, 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 really like Syngoniums. I'm going to be doing a countdown of my Syngoniums from because I like to have favoritism and classify things. So pretty soon. So because really Syngoniums actually are my favorite genus, I think that's the word, of plant. Honestly, like the pothos, like how, she can grow most places, but this, I just love this, the Syngonium leaf shape. This mottled Syngonium, I think, needs to find a friend. So I'm going to keep it to the side, and I'm going to pot up these pothos, these Scindapsus pictus pothos. I'm going to pot these up because I think they're going to get lost in whatever else is happening here. Yeah. Okay. I really fill out the soil. Huh. Okay, and then this lemon lime situation. Yeah, lemon lime. It's also so teeny tiny. Okay, but let's assume it'll become huge one day. And I also don't have another one of these, so I don't have a lot of, yeah, I think it's, if this is a Pictus pothos, no, if this is a lemon lime, then it is the only one in a propagation box, I think. What happened? Oh, I did chop up my lemon lime, but I didn't have a lot of nodes. I just had, I think I propagated them more outside. So no buddy for that guy. And then, wow, I'm honestly marveling at how wet the sphagnum moss is and how wet that propagation box is. So the whole point is not to make your propagation boxes wet, but humid still. Okay, is this a, okay, this is also rooted. That is tiny. Thought I'd left some roots there. Okay. But I had not. Oh, this is such a tiny I don't even know whether you can see it. Tiny little plant. Okay, I'll put you in after. Yeah. Okay. Let's try to get this little guy. Huh. Okay. It's the best I can do. Little guy's randomly there in the corner. And then, what else is going on? Okay, we have the auritums, which again, this has a different shape to the usual syngonium shape, and it's a pretty shape. I am actually looking to get another syngonium for the kitchen because I currently have a like, what is that? A peace lily. I did in my almost kill a peace lily video talk about how I almost killed my peace lily, and it's doing well now, but I think I've fallen out of love with that plant. And yeah, again, I would like it to go to a place where people will love it well. And so I am looking for a bushy, similar to the vibe behind me, syngonium. So if you have recommendations, please let me know. Oh, this is such a pretty plant. Yeah. And then I did want to downpot this. I don't know how recommended it is, but I'm gonna do it. Also, so I can look at the root system. Okay, it's not looking terrible. Huh, it's not looking terrible. At least the roots are not doing terrible. Can I say one more time, the roots are not doing terrible? Okay, so I'm not gonna remove all the soil, but I am gonna put this in a smaller pot and just let it chill with the other plants. Just stress-free living in the propagation box. But yeah, I wonder whether this plant will ever see the outside of the propagation box, and I doubt it. Yeah, this was one of those plants that I definitely was influenced into getting because this plant was so hyped. Like, I have said this once, I love the Alocasia Friedeck. I love the one that I have. I would like it to be bushier because I'm generally impatient, and and it's a terrible thing that the Lord is working through, but I love it when plants get bigger, and so I'm excited to see it get bigger, but I do love the stage at which it's at. And I guess with this plant, I'm always wondering when it's going to get to that big leaf stage. And I also recognize the fact that I honestly was influenced into getting this, but it is extremely similar to this plant behind me, which I love so much. Yeah, I think this plant honestly is, Okay, I guess I like the Enjoy Pothos, but I think the Enjoy Pothos isn't known for being variegated. But I think in terms of variegated plants, this is the only one, like this white variegation, that I like. Actually, because I got a variegated Monstera as well, and it's right. It's okay. Like, it's okay. So I think that also is one I feel I definitely was influenced into getting. But anyway, I have it now, so let's see where that goes. But yeah, where was I going with this? Oh, I was putting that in the propagation box. Okay, we're back to the Auritum. And there are 3 in this box. 3 in this little planter situation. Okay, that was a lot of soil. I am not neat. Again, love the leaf shape. Yeah, this girl is not neat. And I will water all the plants together once we're inside. Okay, I actually do have another mottled syngonium to go with that other one. Yay! Okay, there are 2 in here. Okay. Yeah, there are 2 in here. Yeah, and they do have mottling. In the later, the before latest leaves have very good mottling, but yeah, that's a long we need a thing. Okay, just gonna tie these cats up. No. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Huh. I like it. These, when this is tiny, when it's smaller, it definitely has a similar shape to the Auritum. Should know whether that is more helpful. Which I like this elongated leaf shape. Okay. That's another one. The roots are packed in there. At least it will give it time to grow into its roots. Okay, so then I can do this mottled syngonium along with this baby one, so that there are 2 of them in, and I will make them face out. So that looks like a fuller plant, hopefully. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Definitely think 2 plants are better than 1 in a pot. Not as 2 separate jobs. Oh my goodness. I am so messy. I'm trying to be neat, but it's not happening due to me not being neat. So there we have it. Ooh. There are now 12 plants in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this baby neon pothos. Why am I saying neon pothos? Enjoy pothos. Yeah, and these seem to do really well and grow really quickly in the prop box, so yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, look at that. Aw. Okay, so then one of my favorite parts, the whole thing's my favorite part, is cutting up. So I do have 3 planters, so I think I'll have to do the same thing as last time. Ooh. Which is, okay. Yeah, I'll have to do the same thing as last time in the cutting. Okay. I'm going to keep these two together because I'm not sure what's happening there. I'm going to keep them together and I'm going to pot them with this plant. Yeah. This is definitely taking longer than I thought it was going to take. I'm not complaining because I genuinely am enjoying doing this. Playing with soil is fun. Okay, we can just see the top two, but I think it'll do well. And then, okay, this definitely must go in there, and it can go in there with that one. This one can go in there with that one. And then are these two gonna fit in here? Ooh. Okay. It's fitting in. Okay, so this is, oh, and then there's a random little one. I think I'm gonna add it to these two, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so there's that. And then you two. Let me add more soil to the bottom. Because these don't have advanced root systems. Unlike the first one that I cut out, I think that one, most of its things had crazy root systems. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, and then you guys. Huh. Okay, this is a crazy root system. Okay. Soil is helpful for making plants stay where you want them to stay. Except when they do not want to, as this one plant seems to not want to. But either way, even if they don't get into the soil properly, again, they can basically root in humid air of the propagation box. So it wouldn't be a train smash. And those are all the plants. Ha! Let me show you before we go to see. Okay. Here's the prop boxes, and these are definitely bigger plants. Oh, so cute. Look at that. And this one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is definitely the more developed propagation box. And I think I could still fit 4, 7, 8 in here. So this is the last box, and I think it definitely contains the least amount of plants. Boxy. Does it contain the least? Yeah, and I think these are mostly in soil. This is a there's just dry sphagnum in here. And this is my pink princess, who was in need of intense care. And so that's why this plant is in here. And honestly, it's been doing so much better because this is the leaf when it was like leafing about outside. And then look at these leaves. So yeah, and this is the most recent one. It's like really smooth. Is there any pink? It's a discussion for another day. And then this plant. this plant. I'm honestly not sure what this is. I think at first I thought it was a mottled syngonium. So the reason I put this plant in the propagation box was because it was a stump. It was like one curled leaf, this leaf in fact, I think, and it was just refusing to do anything, and it was just this leaf the whole time. So I was like, I don't have time for this nonsense. So I put it in the propagation box, and then now it's been growing, and this leaf is honestly so gorgeous. It makes me think of the Anthurium luxurians, and kind of makes me want to get one. Just like my dream plant. If anyone has one they want to send me. But yeah, but I think actually it's a Monstera Adansonia. But it's pretty cute. I'm enjoying seeing it grow this way. It's pretty cute, and it's having a good time inside the propagation box. So if your plants are struggling, maybe try the propagation box, or try a propagation box. This looks like something is growing. Yeah, something is trying to grow in here, so I'm not going to disturb it. I don't know what it is, but it has some white in it. And then here is, surprise, Pothos pictures. Yeah, in soil. Seems like this is my most advanced box. Is something trying to grow in here? Okay, there's something buried in here, and I'm pretty sure it's a Pictus Pothos. Also, another thing about plants generally, and also even if they're in the propagation box, is they really don't grow a lot in winter, and then they will suddenly just sprout. So yeah, it's a thing that I learned last winter, where I was like, are these plants, and then like basically when September hit, the plants were like, so that's what I know about this. So if it still looks green, I'm honestly good to go to leave it and see what happens with it. Here, on the other hand, it doesn't look like anything is happening, or that they are, no. Okay. That's nothing. Here's a dinky marble queen pothos, also in soil, so it's fine. And then a dinky Scindapsus pictus, also in soil. In soil? Yes. And then an even dinkier marble queen pothos. Like I said, the green is the algae that happens. Perhaps I'm keeping it too humid. And then there's this tiny little guy. Yeah. So, and then there's this possibly empty situation. Okay. There's also something growing in there, so I shan't disturb it. So only one dead plant in here. So I'm going to wash these two, and I'm going to plant some of these, yeah, 2 of these in there. Be back. And I'm back. Yeah, so one last little planting session, but first I will put these guys away, and they're so wet, so I'm really not going to re-water them at all. Yeah, that progressively went from long work to very short work. So yeah, this one is, okay, I think this guy, and okay, I actually think I'm going to take this. I'm not a fan of this leaf. It's very curled and whatnot. So I'll just, sometimes also the leaves rot in there. So really, so you really can just chop it off if you feel like it. Yeah, either way, it'll regrow. There, that was a very easy last job. I and we are done. That is it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as I repotted, reorganized my propagation boxes, gave a mini tour. I appreciate you guys. I also want to give a special thanks to the people who buy my plants, since this was a whole episode about propagating. I do have my Instagram account linked below where you can find some of the plants that I am selling, and I will see you next time. But before you go, be sure to comment letting me know what you're propagating, if anything, and whether you've tried propagation boxes, and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I will see you next time. Bye.